is in the air. Everywhere I look around, and I don't know if I'm being foolish. Love is in the air. Whoa, whoa. What does this feel? What is this rhythm that this song has? I call it disco bossa, but it's an interesting song for that alone. But it was a great hit. It was off the Strictly Ballroom movie, which I have a special soft spot for. But it's a great song to play on guitar, and it's a really good groove. So in the tradition of the rhythmic lessons that I've been doing of late to help you get different sorts of rhythm and a stronger playing rhythm into your hands, I thought I'd do this song because as a fingerstyle song, you can do it as a pick and with a pick, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But as a fingerstyle song, this really comes alive and it's fun to play. So download your chart. Let's get started. The chords are relatively straightforward with one little diminished chord in there to make things interesting, and a major 7. Apart from that, it's pretty easy. They're bar chords though, so you'll need to get your hands around your bar chords. So here we go. We start with and I'm going to start with the groove, and this groove follows all the way through with all your chords, okay? Even though you saw me strumming more in the chorus part, I'll get to that in a minute. So the chords are C major, and do it here on the 3rd fret, because what we're going to do is we're going to bounce with our thumb back to the G and back to the C. That's the only chord we do that on with the alternating bass line. But it lets you get this intro groove happening. So what we do here is with thumb and 3 fingers, you're picking the A string, put your bar finger across the E string as well, pick the A, D, G and B strings all together with these 4 digits, then follow it with the 3 fingers only, leave out the bass note. Then after that, we're kind of slapping onto the strings for a percussive note. So it's like this. And the trick is not to lift your hand up too far on that initial beat. If you keep it here, then your fingers are there ready to grab that second beat. If you can get that happening, then what we've got to do is slip the little alternating bass note in just before we start again. So it means your thumb has to do that. Now, when I really get into this rhythm, I find myself doing a couple of little extra, or one little extra percussive thing in there. If you hear it, this is what it is. I do this fingers, then thumb as percussion. But you don't need to do that. If you just want to do this basic, that's how we start. That's our groove. You get that groove into your strumming hand, not necessarily your right hand, but your strumming hand, and it carries through all these chords. So I'm not going to spell out the rhythm for the rest of the song. I'm just going to take you through the chords now because it's a great chord progression. C. Love is in the air. Then it goes to F major 7. Now you're all on the same bass note there. Back to C. Do that twice. Get to the pre-chorus, we go to G. Down to the F major, not an F major 7 this time. Back to the G, up to A minor. Here's the interesting chord, down to an A flat major, C. Now we go to a C sharp diminished, and that's the easiest way and the nicest sounding way in this arrangement to do that chord. If you find that diminished chord a little bit tricky to play, you can actually just do a 3-finger version, like that, but it sounds a little bit better if you add that note, that E, which is the 5th fret on the B string. minor. Now the first time round, it does this twice before it gets to the chorus. The first time round it goes D minor, G, straight back into the next verse. But second time round it goes D minor, A flat major again, G. Now here's the cool part. When it gets to this G, there's this big lead up, this big massive build up to the chorus where you've got an ascending tone going through these notes. You can play that on the guitar like you heard me do at the start. You go, the tones that are going up, it's just straight up a major scale. But with our fingerstyle playing and your chord, your G chord, you can play this. Now, when you're doing this, you're really just concentrating on the bass note and the note that you're, that ascending note that you're going through. So don't grab any of the other chord notes until they are lower in the chord than your ascending line. You know what I mean? So it's like this. You can go to a G7 there to get that D string, which is kind of open, but it's actually barred on the 3rd fret. Now you're moving over now to include the G string. And you can either take that note up to what is the 7th fret on the G string, or you can move over again with your strumming hand and include the B string, same note, but on the 3rd fret B string. So then you can get into the chorus. C, love is in the air. F major 7, but we're doing it as an open chord shape now because that lets us go. Love is in the air. Whoa. Straight down to an E minor, then A minor, A flat major, and then G. And if you're strumming through the chorus and you get to that point there, that's when you can get back into the fingerstyle, and it makes a pretty smooth transition. So you're going. You're not climbing there, but you get the idea. That is the song. The verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. And the pre-chorus, I kind of mean the build up there, I guess. But that's the entire song. You follow that chord progression all the way through, do it twice, and then the last chorus just kind of fades out towards the end. If you're strumming with a pick, you can still do this. You can be going. Sorry, I'm using my thumb. So you're getting that down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And hear that little percussive note I'm playing in the middle of those? Down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. That's to keep that rhythm going, and it keeps it jumping along and flowing really well. So you can strum all your way through. Just got to be a little bit kind of careful with the strings that you hit with your pick, and I'm of course strumming with my fingers, but you get what I'm trying to say. Easy enough to play with the pick, but where I think this song really comes alive is fingerstyle playing. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope that's given you something interesting and different to investigate. Bossa disco, if that is such a thing, that's what I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching. See you here next time.